Patients looking for online doctors are increasingly meeting an AI-generated shortlist before they meet a search results page. That changes the economics of discovery. In the June 2026 benchmark, recommendation power is concentrating around two brands, while several established telehealth names remain visible but weak in the moments where AI systems actually recommend a provider. Hey, I'm Mark Huntley, a growth strategist and AI discovery analyst. At LLM Authority Index, we study how AI systems shape commercial discovery, especially in high-intent categories where recommendation positioning can directly influence revenue. The online doctors category is a clear example of recommendation compression. AI platforms are taking a large competitive market and reducing it to a small set of brands that appear repeatedly in top recommendations. In this benchmark, PlushCare leads with the highest AI authority value at just over $844,000. Sesame follows at roughly $536,000. Together, those two brands capture about $1.38 million in modeled monthly AI authority value. The remaining 8 brands share about $735,000. That is the commercial signal. AI systems are not spreading recommendation value evenly across the market. The most important pattern is the gap between presence and recommendation power. Teladoc appears in more than 20% of observations. Amwell appears in just over 21%. Those numbers would look respectable in a basic AI visibility dashboard, but Teladoc earns valid recommendations in only 6.2% of observations. Amwell earns valid recommendations in only 6.8%. That means AI systems recognize these brands, but often do not advance them as preferred choices when patients are comparing options. PlushCare shows the opposite pattern. It appears in more than half of all observations and earns valid recommendations in 18.6%. It also has the highest rank 1 rate in the category. For leadership teams, that distinction matters. A brand can be present in an AI answer and still lose the buying moment. Sesame is the strongest challenger in the benchmark. Its overall AI authority value is lower than PlushCare's, but the evaluation stage prompts are much tighter. In prompts where patients are comparing telehealth platforms and alternatives, Sesame captures nearly the same recommendation value as PlushCare. That is where the competitive story gets interesting. Evaluation prompts are commercially important because the patient is not casually researching. They are narrowing the field. On Google AI overviews, Sesame performs especially well, with a recommendation rate above 27% and a strong top 3 rate. Doctor on Demand adds another useful signal. It appears less often overall, but converts that smaller presence into a higher recommendation rate than Teladoc or Amwell. It also has the highest net sentiment score in the category. This shows why raw visibility can mislead. Efficient recommendation conversion can create more commercial value than broader but weaker presence. The benchmark points to a deeper cause: citation architecture. AI systems build recommendations from public evidence. In online doctors, the brands doing well tend to have stronger structured website content, clearer pricing and service descriptions, independent comparison coverage, review visibility, positive patient sentiment, and consistent entity recognition across authoritative sources. That does not mean AI systems independently know which provider is best. It means the public evidence layer gives the system more confidence to retrieve, compare, and recommend certain brands. This is exactly where simple AI visibility reporting can miss the real commercial story. A brand may have awareness, media history, and market scale, but if the evidence AI systems rely on is incomplete, inconsistent, or less favorable than competitors, the brand can be named without being chosen. Teladoc is the clearest warning sign in this benchmark. It is widely recognized in telehealth, and AI systems do mention it. But in this data set, it earns the lowest AI authority value among the 5 most visible brands. The decision stage data is even sharper. In pricing, cost, and plan prompts, Teladoc drops to just $8,725 in modeled recommendation value, while PlushCare and Sesame remain far ahead. That matters because decision stage prompts are closest to conversion. If a patient asks an AI system which online doctors fit their budget, pricing needs, or plan comparison, the brand that gets advanced at that moment has an upstream advantage before any paid search campaign, retargeting sequence, or landing page can intervene. The leadership takeaway is simple. In AI discovery, the category is being shaped by shortlist formation, recommendation position, and the public evidence layer that supports those recommendations. For online doctors, the benchmark shows 2 brands pulling ahead, one efficient challenger converting sentiment into recommendation power, and several established names carrying visibility that does not translate into enough decision stage strength. Marketing leaders should stop treating AI mentions as the finish line. The more useful question is whether the brand is being recommended when patients ask for help deciding. If you want to understand how AI is actually positioning your company in buyer conversations, that's exactly what we analyze at LLM Authority Index.